Yeah, I'm sorry that I cannot be in Berlin in person due to the recent outbreak of COVID-19 again. But I think this will work out smoothly as well. Yeah, so I'm speaking on behalf of the GlobeWQ team, and in the next couple of minutes, I'm trying to give you a short overview on the GlobeWQ project, which just started 1 year ago in September 2019. So we are quite fresh, but as already said, it's associated with the GRoW initiative. And yeah, GlobeWQ is trying to serve the reaching SDG 6, particularly the SDG target 6.3 to improving water quality and wastewater treatment and safe reuse. One of the prerequisites, to reach these targets is a good knowledge on the state and the drivers of water quality. And what we are trying to do is we are trying to enable guidance for priorities for action and invest, identifying hotspots, and what we face mainly is a lack of monitoring of water quality monitoring data and water quality programs in many countries of the world. So we need something else to get a global picture of water quality and also to scale it down to local action. And that's a bit strange because on the one hand, there's a lot of water quality data available. So this is a glimpse on global water quality from the GEMSTAT database. So it's the UN Global Water Quality Database. And when you look at the left picture, this is depicting the age of the most recent observation. And as you can see, so this is in month, and as you can see, like above 50% of the data is between 12 and 24 months old, which is quite okay for in situ monitoring because it has to take a long way. And but as you can see, there are also many stations which obviously stopped the flow of data, and the values are quite dated. On the right, and this comes to the problem with in situ data, on the right there's the distribution across countries. And you see Mexico is on top, but Mexico in this case, it contributes roughly 50% of the data to the GEMSTAT database, which means that all other countries are contributing way less data. And this is just the top 20. So of course there are more countries, there are more than 80 countries contributing, but this is just the top 20. And it's very skewed towards a few countries. So that shows that a global assessment of water quality, identifying hotspots, depicting trends, is not really possible from in situ data alone. And we need other tools. And this is where GlobeWQ kicks in. So what we are trying to do is trying to provide a synthesis not only of in situ measured data, but of modeled data or modeled water quality predictions and results. And we are also trying to employ remote sensing, so satellite-based remote sensing, and trying to combine all this in a unified approach. And the other goal, and this is let's say, a very practical outcome of that project, we're trying to develop and to operate a web-based platform or web-based portal that enables the visualization and of water quality data, and also the analysis of water quality related drivers. And so internally in the project, we call it the magic triangle, but there's not much magic about it. So beyond the GEMSTAT database, we are trying to harvest other in situ water quality databases that can be ingested into that platform. We also use Landsat and particularly Sentinel data, so very up-to-date satellite data. And we combine this with water quality models, also different types of water quality models. And these models, they also integrate data on the drivers. So these models are calibrated to observe data, but are driven by data such as land use, topography, population, and other statistical data on, for example, on sanitation practices, on point sources, and so on. And what we are trying to, what we hope to do is like combining those different data sources into a new set of information. The different data sources, they complement each other. So for example, in situ measurements are partly available on a relatively long time series. You can get a sense of the long-term trend. Since a couple of years, like 2015, when the Sentinel-2 A and B satellites were launched, remote sensing kicks in and can provide a, well, let's say, a spatially consistent sense of water quality parameters, but of course limited to those parameters that can be optically sensed, like chlorophyll concentrations, turbidity, and these, and they are in this way they are limited. And then of course the models they offer a flexible tool which can also help to interpolate between data gaps, so you can go backward in time on a long run and see the trajectories of your water quality. And models, of course, are the only tool that can look forward. And this is also what we are trying to do, to make some projections of water quality, also depending on the change of drivers, so to say, to develop some scenarios. And because we just started, or not just started, but 1 year ago, we are still at the very early phase of the development of our platform. And this is an early screenshot, and it's Lake Victoria, or a part of Lake Victoria. The satellite image depicts chlorophyll concentration. And what you can see in the upper right, there's the Kisumu Bay, and you can see elevated chlorophyll concentrations because of in this bay, the water exchange with the main lake is reduced, and of course, it's subject to inputs from the catchment. And the red stars, they depict GEMSTAT monitoring stations. And it's not shown here, but it's also coupled to models. So what we are trying to do, we are trying also to estimate how much loading of nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, is coming from the catchment, to provide a link between the state of water quality of the lake and the inputs and the drivers of that water quality that comes from the catchment. Yeah, that's already it.